Watcher, today we are going to be talking about my beef with all of those videos you see talking about the top 10 hardest songs for female singers and hardest male singers, the top 10 hardest songs, the top 20 hardest songs. We're going to be talking about, why I've got beef with them, why they are not hard, why you can absolutely sing all of these songs. It's not going to be too venty, I promise. It's going to be a journey. I'm a classically trained vocal coach who loves all of these singers and whose go-to karaoke song is, of course, My Heart Will Go On by the wonderful Celine Dion, because why not? Can I sing it as good as Celine? No, probably not, but does that matter? I sing it as me, and that's cool, and that is the point of this video and the beef that I have with those videos that say that songs are hard and only people of a certain caliber, singers of a certain accomplishment or whatever, can sing these songs. You can sing them. You can sing them even if you haven't had any singing lessons. You can sing them if you've had 10 singing lessons. You can sing them in the shower. You can sing them karaoke. You absolutely can. I don't want these videos to put you off. Just sing. Singing is cool. How on earth do you think these singers started? Do you think that Celine Dion came into this world and was able to sing the amazing songs that she can? She was able to hold those big notes. Actually, yeah, that's kind of right. We digress, because actually when we are born, our voices are in a place that makes us able to sing all these big notes, makes us able to belt. You know, what is endless crying? It is basically belting. But anyway, the passion, the performance, we're not born with that. We're not born with the musicality or anything. We learn that through practice. So what am I going to be talking about in this video? Get your pens and papers ready, because as well as these songs, it's true for all songs. So first of all, we're going to talk about what makes a song hard. Why? Who judges that it's hard? Are there any particular reasons that it's hard? Or is it just that someone says, hey, that's hard, because they personally can't do it themselves? Then we're going to look at opinions versus fact. Everybody's opinionated. I'm opinionated, as is Joe Blogs, as is Jane Doe. Everybody is opinionated. Does it mean that those opinions are right? No. So we're going to talk about that. And then finally, I'm going to go through a few examples from a recent video that I discovered. Yes, it was Miss Mojo. I love Miss Mojo. Absolutely love Miss Mojo. It was just one video that gave me a bit of beef. That's it. Love their lists. Oh my gosh, the endless Buffy videos, the Schitt's Creek videos, Gilmore. Yeah, love Miss Mojo. So, and I love a list as well. So I love BuzzFeed. So kind of maybe I am, yeah. But no, we can sing these songs, that's the point. The first thing that we need to talk about is what makes a song hard. What exactly is that? Well, anyone that has been through the traditional classical exam structure, I say classical, but actually you can do exams in pop music now and rock and things and all sorts. So, times have moved on. It's amazing. But anyway, when you do an exam, all songs are graded, even pop songs. Fun fact, Ava Cassidy's Somewhere Over the Rainbow is grade 8, which is the toppest, highest graded song that you can do in the UK. Yeah, that's quite interesting. And Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana, that's grade 7, apparently. Who judges what grade to make a song? Well, there are some bigwigs somewhere in an office for an exam board, and they obviously sit down and look at it and break the song down into its components, into its constituent parts. And by looking at things like tempo, range, tempo is speed, Alice, what we're talking about, key, the leaps between notes, that's what they're looking at. So things like the range of the song, the tessitura. There's a fancy word for you, tessitura. That basically means the range of the song, not the range of the vocalist. So not your range, you can, there might be notes that you can go lower, notes that you can go higher, but the tessitura of the song is the actual range of that song. So let's say it's from a low C to a high C or something like that, just an octave range. It might just be a really little teeny weeny range. That's the range. If it is really, really low, and then maybe if it's really, really low for a singer with a high voice, that would count as hard. Obviously really low for a singer with a low voice anyway, that's not going to count as hard. If it goes really, 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 really high, that's going to count as slightly challenging, not hard necessarily. The range, so you have a song that is written from low to high, taking into account a full range, yes, that is going to be graded higher than a song that just sticks around, kind of averagey, nice sort of things. With that as well, the style, because if it's a big, boomy, belty piece up on high notes, that's going to be a higher grade. That's going to be a challenging piece. That's going to count as hard to sing. I would argue, though, there's this thing called the passaggio. There's another, oh my gosh, all these terms that are coming into this video this week. How cool is that? So the passaggio, that's where your voice breaks. I mean, you can tell when you're singing, when you feel that flip into head and chest voice, that's the passaggio. And it's very slightly for different people and different voices. But if you were to just sing a song in that area, I would argue that is far more challenging, just not the mic, I would argue that is far more challenging than flip-flopping from head to chest. But hey, that's just me, that is my opinion. We will be talking about opinions later, unless you're running ahead of yourself, as always. But yeah. Intervals, that's another thing that can be challenging for songs and make songs hard. So leaps between the notes, they can also be difficult. You've got thirds and fifths and major leaps and things, and even minor, they're okay. You can, learn certain tunes to remember how the leap goes. On octaves, so things like a C to a C, remember that just by singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere, that is an octave leap. Is it difficult? Not really. It's the same note. Once you learn it, you can get that. A fifth is a perfect cadence. Da-da, just like a kind of conclusion. Is that difficult? Not really. The way that I remember a sixth, a major sixth, my body lies over the ocean, do do. That's a perfect sixth. But all of these intervals, they're fairly simple. I wouldn't say that they make a song hard. When we go into the minor keys, maybe that makes it a little more challenging, but if you're starting the song in a minor key, you're already in that route, in that vibe. No, it's not going to be that challenging. Where it does get challenging are things like atonal leaps, really, really modern things that don't sound nice in the Western tradition of major scales, minor scales, things like that. So jazz can be very difficult because there's lots of what we call blue notes, so notes that don't necessarily belong in the scale of the song. They're plonked in there, lots of slides and things like that. So that can constitute as hard, things like that. Runs as well, so melisma, another word. We're learning everything today. Melisma are basically, that's just the fancy word for runs. People like Mariah Carey loves them, Whitney loves them. Everybody loves them. People think that they are really, really hard. Yeah, they can be. But it's just, as we're going to find out, a sense of thinking up here, and then you'll be fine. I don't want to give away my little secret word quite yet. I'm going to hold that for later in the video. Keep watching. Speed. The speed of a song. If it's a really, really fast-paced song with lots of words, then that's going to make it more difficult. So I personally find a lot of the Lin-Manuel Miranda stuff, so I'm going to talk about musical theatre because, hey, a lot of the rap stuff is difficult because it's just lots and lots of words to get your tongue around. And if you're a slow speaker, you're not going to be used to that necessarily, so that can make a song hard. And then finally, the performance. So the emotion of a song, the feeling of a song. If you've not necessarily had that life experience, yes, that is going to make it harder for you. If you've not been in love, can you replicate that? Well, you know, you can act it, but that's going to come with time, with the wisdom and with the experience that you have as you get older. Cool. Now let's look at opinion versus fact when it comes to what is a hard song. And the truth is, what's hard for one person is not hard for the other, because if you are a trained singer, and that doesn't matter, you could be trained and you could be a church singer, you could be a musical theatre singer, you could just be in a pop choir, anything, or you could just be sat at home in your bedroom when you're a teenager, singing along in your mirror, pretending to be your favourite singer. It's a good thing. So anyway, someone who's had a lot of singing practice, they're not going to find songs as hard as others are going to. So yeah, that's opinion. An opinion of the singer as well. That comes in. So there are people out there, yes, there are people out there that don't rate Celine Dion, don't like her. I've not met these people, actually I have met some of these people. And then, I was about to say they're wrong. They are wrong, let's face it. But hey, it's their opinion. It's their opinion that she's not great. They think that. Maybe they just don't like the way that she sings. I'm a massive Tori Amos fan. I think Tori Amos is incredibly accomplished, and the things that she does with her voice is really, really difficult. But my husband's not a fan. Her voice goes through him, and that's absolutely fine. That's cool. That's an opinion. An opinion. It is not fact. Everything gets better with practice. Our voices grow with practice. We get stronger with practice. All of these difficult songs that are in these lists that are sung by these amazing singers have only got to where they are because of practice. Okay? Just put in the hours, put in the work, and you will get there. I guarantee, I promise you. I've touched on earlier about how songs in certain places of our voices in the passaggio can be difficult, but also some of the simplest songs can be very, very difficult. When we're singing really just consistent, maybe when we have to hold the same note all the time. If you're in a choir and you are the alto part or the bass part and you've just got that same note every single time, no change at all, I would argue that that's quite difficult to maintain that same note on pitch without going, wavering or anything like that, especially if everyone around you are singing really complicated, clashing melodies, clashing chords and harmonies and things like that. Yes, I would say that you've got the most challenging, hardest part to sing. Yeah? A cappella. Surely a cappella is hard. If we are singing without any accompaniment at all, to hold that pitch, keep going with the same tempo, keep going with the same notes, that's very, very difficult. When you've got a backing track that's possibly playing the tune for you, is that a difficult song? Is it? I don't know. Opera. These big, huge, massive arias that need your whole body to sustain these notes. Or a musical theatre doing a show, doing 7, 8 performances a week. Are they difficult? It's just a little bit of context, just a little bit of reframing the thinking behind these lists. This is why I have beef. Super quickly, I'm just going to mention a few examples from this video, a few singers, a few songs that the person that made this video claimed to be hard. I don't think they're hard at all. I think that you can absolutely sing them. I'm so passionate about this because I get this every single day with my students. There's someone that just comes to me and is like, I can't sing that. No. Either they've been told by a teacher in the past that they can't sing it, or they just think that the song is too big for them. And I'm like, of course you can. If you like the song, go and sing it. Who's there to tell you that you can't? It's only you. You are the one that is telling you you can't. I'm not. You absolutely can. You can sing anything. So, these examples. Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Yes, I would say this is a difficult song, purely because she goes so low, and my range is getting, as I get older, yes, it's getting lower. Remembering that for low notes, we need just as good air support as we do for the high notes. Practice, practice, practice. And again, for the big, boomy, belty bits. So yeah, for that song, I'll concede a little. It is difficult because the range is so high. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Now this is not a hard song at all whatsoever. And in the video, all the person seemed to go on about was Celine Dion and her voice and her talent, which of course she's phenomenal. She is the queen. She's my queen. Hello. The song itself is not difficult at all. It really isn't. It's a beautiful, beautiful melody. You've got the tune there in the accompaniment. Yes, there's a key change and a big boomy belty bit, but do you have to sing it belty? No. Sing it how you want. And the more you sing it, the more you practice, the more it's going to sit naturally in that space, and you will be able to belt it. Absolutely, you'll be able to belt it. Possibly just as good as Celine. And the thing is, the way that we say, oh, as good as Celine, as good as Toni Braxton, as good as Mariah Carey, whatever, they're all individual voices, just as you are your individual voice. And they didn't get to where they are today without putting the hours in. Put the hours in. Rolling in the Deep by Adele was on this list. And again, I wouldn't say that was necessarily a hard song to sing. It's a beautiful melody, a beautiful chorus. Yes, it's a big leap. We could have had it all, rolling in the deep. I wouldn't say it's necessarily difficult though. Just go for it. Just go for it. Adele has a lot of soul in her voice, which I mean I don't really have and it's very unique to Adele. But again, you don't have to sing it like Adele, but you can sing the song. Right, we now come to Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, and there's a quote in the comments of that video from Mr. Simon Cowell. You may have heard of him, that says, "To sing a Whitney Houston song is very hard, but to sing a Mariah Carey song is vocal suicide." I completely disagree with him. Of course I do. They're just songs. These women are incredible. I know that Whitney Houston comes from a church background. I don't know all that much Mariah Carey other than her massive hits, so I couldn't tell you for definite. But Whitney Houston's background, growing up in the gospel church community where you sing every single week and you're full on power singing, you know, really, this is why church singing is so important. You put the practice in and you build that strength. You build your breath strength, you build your muscle memory here. And that's all it is, because it counts towards your hours, your practice. So that's why Whitney is a good singer. She has talent, yes, absolutely. Yes, she does have a great voice, of course, but she's also put the hours in. She has practiced. She's got to where she is through her hard work, through her dedication to her craft. And her craft is her voice. Quick note on whistle tone, because a lot of these videos rated hard songs with things that required whistle tone. So lots of Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande and other people as well. I learned the other day that you get to whistle tone by doing, because I couldn't do whistle tone at all, something that I'm practicing and trying to really hard to, get stronger, because it's something that you can learn. You do a little kind of as you're doing a whiny dog noise. That's a cool, funky whistle tone. So yeah, I'm going to practice that, as can you. Just pretend that you're a little yappy, yelpy dog and you will get your whistle tone. Lots of breath support as well when you do it, by the way. It takes a lot. So So that was my beef with those videos that tell you that certain songs are hard and possibly put you off singing those songs. Do not listen to them. Go forth and sing these songs. Go and sing My Heart Will Go On. Go and sing I Will Always Love You. Go and sing any song that you want. Sing it in your way. Sing it how you want to. Sing it how you can sing it now, because the more you sing it, the more you practice, it's just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And then, yes, you will be able to sing it like your favourite singers. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been able to learn a little bit in between all my little rants against it, but I cannot emphasize enough how it's just practice. There is no magic to these sorts of things. It's just putting the hours in. Please, please, please let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. Absolutely anything at all within the singing realm. And of course, don't forget to do the YouTubey things, liking, subscribing, sharing, ringing that bell for future notifications of future videos. And I will sing with you